Firefighters recovered the body of 55-year-old Erica Fox this weekend in Santa Cruz County. This comes after witnesses in the area reported seeing a shark with a human body in its mouth. Last weekend, Fox went out for a routine swim with a large group of people when she went missing. Her disappearance then triggered a 15-hour search through Monterey Bay that included aircraft, drones, boats, and divers. She wasn't seen again until authorities found her body on Saturday, still in the black wetsuit nearly 30 miles north in Davenport. Her body had a device known as a shark band. It was wrapped around her ankle. That's what it looks like. It's an electromagnetic tool. It's meant to disrupt a shark's hunting senses. Fox's family says she was an empathetic and kind person, a strong swimmer who was a fearless triathlete. Now, this tragic incident has reignited a conversation about shark attacks and safety in coastal waters. Shark attacks in California are rare. Out of 230 attacks since 1950, only 16 have been deadly before Erica Fox's death. Joining us now is shark biologist Greg Skomal. He's the author of Chasing Shadows, My Life Tracking the Great White Shark. Greg, welcome to the show.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
It's nice to have you. You know, we all heard about this case. It's so tragic. I want to start from the beginning. What do people misunderstand most about shark encounters?
Well, I think there's this misconception that sharks consume people, and that's clearly not the case. If they did, we would have a heck of a lot more shark bites than we do these days. You know, there's less than 100 on a global scale, typically 80 to 90, and less than 10% of those are fatal. But nonetheless, I don't want to minimize the impact that shark bites have on not only the victim, but the family and the local community.
I know you don't want to speculate, but with all your expertise when it comes to sharks, what do you think happened here?
Oh, well, it's tough to say.
Sure.
We don't have all the facts yet, and we may never get them. Obviously she was swimming with a large group, but there's some account that she may have actually separated from the group because she's a different, more proficient swimmer. That might have isolated her. And this shark, we think these are mistakes. When a white shark, we believe it's likely a great white shark that did this, bites a person, they are interpreting this individual as a potential prey item, namely because that individual represents the imagery or an image of a seal or a sea lion, which are very abundant in those areas. So this shark made a mistake, but those kinds of mistakes, as we've learned here, can be deadly.
If not a shark band, what can swimmers or triathletes use to avoid attacks like this, as rare as they are?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's these kinds of gadgets and this kind of technology. I've said it 100 times. There's none of them, represent a silver bullet. When it comes to, using them, they work some of the time. But, environmental conditions, other situations, they don't work 100% of the time. So really, it's our behavior that we have to modify in these situations. Do a little homework. Know where these sharks occur in high concentrations at what time of the year. This is a known area where white sharks, particularly this time of year, are feeding on seals and sea lions. Know that is happening. Look for signs of life. Birds working the surface, schools of fish, the presence of lots of seals. Do your homework before you go swim in an area if you're concerned about the presence of dangerous animals.
That's actually a good point. Just other clues or evidence you can look for when something like this is happening. How should consumers evaluate safety claims tied to wildlife? For example, that shark ban that you and I were just discussing.
Well, we try as scientists to do empirical studies to test these technologies. And those studies in and of themselves are difficult to do, to see whether these kinds of gadgets work. And in some cases they do, in other cases they do not. And we try to pin down those situations. Again, it boils down to doing homework, but I can tell you definitively, there's no single technology out there that's going to work 100% of the time.
So what does it mean for triathletes or just swimmers who use these areas? This is a very popular area for triathlons.
Yeah, I know. I speak to groups who like to do open ocean swimming, and they're forever asking me, am I safe if I do this activity? And, if we look at purely the statistics and the probability of shark bites, we know that it's extremely low. I always say to them, you know, on your way to the beach, drive safely, because the likelihood of being bitten or being hurt in your car is much higher. But again, by doing some homework and realizing the probability of being bitten is very low, you know, pick your times to do these activities. But then again, you're going to do it at your own risk.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.